Welcome back to Venture Onward. Today I plan to talk about how Emilia Clarke Breaks talks about joining Marvel as a new but existing character. MCU novice Emilia Clarke conclusively breached her silence on the character of her new Marvel character, and it already is someone that was well established in 2019's Captain Marvel. In a feature for Vanity Fair, Samuel L. Jackson, who will once again be put on the eye patch of Nick Fury in the series, confirmed that Clarke's character by stating, "Remember when Ben Mendelsohn, who plays Skrull Talos, was there with his wife and daughter?" Jackson stated, "She's the little Skrull girl grown up. She's his daughter." Named Gia, the young Skrull is explained as an extreme with inconsistent beliefs from her father about how alien groups should advance living on Earth. The latest account mentioned that Clarke will perform as Gia, the offspring of Talos the Skrull, in the forthcoming Secret Invasion series created for Disney+. Fans of the character met Gia when Talos presented his family to Carol Danvers and Nick Fury in the Captain Marvel film, where they uncovered the Skrull's refuge and assisted in saving the cluster of aliens. She was previously seen portraying a young Monica Rambeau after the movie. Since then, Talos and the Skrulls have been downgraded to mysterious post-credits scenes, and an additional indication of Talos' family has been rendered just now. Emilia Clarke illuminated this was achieved so her new character could come to light. When talking with Vanity Fair about her new MCU performance, Clarke told the punk feeling you get from Gia since she's been hardened by the life she's was, a refugee kid who's had Talos for a dad. It's hardened her for sure. There's a kind of punk feeling that you get from this girl. She's a refugee kid who's had Talos for a dad, you know what I mean." When questioned about how her character corresponds to the overarching plan of Secret Invasion, Clarke accepted that Gia's connection with Talos will be both stretched and a point of focus. "She's a refugee kid who's had Talos for a dad, you know what I mean," the actor explained. "Maybe the fact that we didn't know he had a kid up until this point tells you everything you need to know about their relationship." Although admirers of the MCU have met Gia once before when Carol Danvers found the Skrull hideout, Clarke implies the rest of the MCU still doesn't know Talos has a daughter, even saying the silence and secrecy of her existence tells you everything you need to know about Talos and Gia's relationship. The identity of Clarke's character has extensively been discussed among MCU fans after numerous accounts developed that she is Abigail Brand, the leader of the Sentient World Observation and Response Division, else known as SWORD. Given the series' hypothesis of the shape-shifting Skrulls silently taking on the characteristics and exchanging influential figures around Earth, some followers suspect Gia is posing as the leader of SWORD to supervise her projects better. Centered on a description of an allowed GIF emitted to overlap with Secret Invasion's first mystery trailer, several now suppose Abigail Brand and Gia to be the same person, which supposedly could be true. As for entering the MCU, Clarke hasn't held back concerning her excitement for the planet of superheroes. "It's like everyone at Marvel knows how to unlock the Rubik's Cube, and you couldn't even possibly I can't do a Rubik's Cube to save my damn life," Clarke replied. "I hope a lot of people can't also. It's like they have some secret thing, and it just works." When mounting on Gia's position in the show, it instantly developed that she's not the same fan of Nick Fury as her father is. Spectators could be bewildered by this since Fury assisted in rescuing Talos' family and the other Skrulls in the 90s. Still, Clarke clarified that a certain amount of resentment has built, because not a lot has happened since Gia was reunited with Talos. "These people promised a lot of stuff a long time ago, and not a lot has happened. So understandably, a certain amount of resentment has been built. There's a lot of emotions that live within her, and there's a lot of confrontational aspects to her character that have come from circumstance. You understand why she has the feeling that she does." Followers of the MCU will recall Gia as a small kid watching the mischievousness of the Kree soldiers that attempted to obtain her family. The consequences undoubtedly disturbed the small Skrull as she watched her father get fired upon. And though Talos and his family endured the escaping, being raised in an invisible spaceship didn't alleviate either, or that didn't adjust for Gia even afterward her save. 30 years later and going into hiding in the silence of space, or elsewhere, the daughter of Talos most likely has a lot of intense thoughts about human beings and how they've molded her existence. Gia probably pondered by the end of Captain Marvel that she was moving on to a new life, playing with Monica Rambeau and entering the open world. Since she likely didn't get anything close to that, Emilia Clarke calling Gia's reactions understandable is starting to make sense. It is feasible from where the resentment toward Nick Fury comes from, as he kept the Skrulls still hidden from the people of Earth. Fury likely has his motives for having the Skrulls out of sight, with Earth consuming a dreadful track record with alien visitors needing to improve in the past 20 years. However, Gia and the Skrulls, that have devoted their whole lives to being in the darkness, are possibly exhausted from awaiting approval to live without restrictions. Well, that's about it. Thank you for listening. Until next time, venture onward. Secret Invasion debuts on Disney Plus on June 21st.